Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CoasterNet Update. We've got some breaking news out of Vaughan, Ontario, Canada, where some new interesting posters have appeared at Canada's Wonderland. We have this poster here sent to us by Coaster Circuit. And Matt said to us that this poster is up on one of the storefronts, and I've heard that there could be other ones around the park as well. So, Danny, looking at this poster, a lot of interesting things come to sight. Do you see anything interesting right off the bat?
Well, it certainly seems like we've got some sort of steep mountain here, and you did some nice digging as to some of the origins of what some of the hidden meanings of this image could be. I mean, we've definitely got some mountaineers of some sort, which definitely harkens back to Wonder Mountain there in the middle of the park. We are assuming at this point that this is the beginning of a teaser campaign for the B&M dive coaster that we are expecting to hear an announcement for towards the end of the summer here when announcement season rolls around. You know, a little bit different from some of the other themes that we've seen in terms of like the Western themes that we've seen at some of the parks. But this does seem to kind of have some similar feel to Railblazer out of California's Great America. A little bit of the same thing here. But the big thing for me maybe is that people have said for many, many years with Behemoth and Leviathan that the next big coaster they would do would be Ziz or Ziz, however that's pronounced, and a dive coaster might be a good fit for that, but it appears that they're going a different route.
Well, you know,
maybe.
That is confusing because a lot of people have said that, and they already have the two, you know, set up to go with that third biblical creature.
Ziz doesn't seem like it. Like Behemoth and Leviathan are good coaster names.
Yeah.
Ziz is like, it's short. Nobody knows what that is. I mean, you could make a logo for it. It would probably be similar to like what Gatekeeper's logo is, but I think people would just be like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Now this, you know, like you said, I did some research on the Chilkoot Trail, and this is one of the famous trails that was used for the Klondike Gold Rush. So we know that Canada's Wonderland has been doing a lot of work lately with like a lumberjack theme. You got the new flat ride there. You got the canoe stuff there. So they're trying to
Soaring Timbers the year before.
Absolutely. So you have this lumberjack theme developing at the park here. So this Klondike theme, a Gold Rush theme, I think would not be out of the realm of possibility for this ride. I think it'd actually be pretty cool. And also, if you've noticed we've seen the tunnels inside the lake. If you notice around the tunnel, there are like wood, like lumber pieces all around it already, that there's already some theming put up against those tunnels. So you wonder how far they're going to go with that. Also to note here, because a lot of people have been speculating as to the size of this dive coaster. We know that the Valravn trains have 8-person seats, and lo and behold, if you count the number of people in this picture, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Some people are saying 10, but that is incorrect. There are 2 packages there that look like people, but actually look like a wagon instead. There are only 8 people in this picture, which would line up exactly with the Valravn trains.
Yeah, I was going to say, but that does look like some sort of wagon or cart of some sort. It doesn't look like people themselves. So, but you've got eight people there. That's a good observation here. I'm looking at the shapes of the thing on their backs too, and like their I guess luggage, if you would say, are in different shapes. Like I wonder if like there's some letters hidden in there somewhere, or even in like the negative space or something. I maybe not, but you know, I could see maybe something tricky being done with that somewhere along the way.
Well, you know, the other thing too here is last season, if you recall, that they did trademark the name The Ledge, and we speculated as to where that trademark might go. You know, they did trademark Centurion, and that still has yet to be used. They trademarked the ledge. I don't know. We said it would make sense for a dive coaster or a tilt coaster, and it didn't go to Hang Time. It didn't go to Steel Vengeance. So is this possibly where they're going to use the ledge at? I don't know.
It very possibly could be, especially if they were to do something, maybe more along the lines of like a Baron 1898, where they did a more heavily themed lift hill, where maybe they build a secondary mountain. Maybe they build some smaller mountains around it, as you had suggested at one point. And they've got a lot of open land there where the plot where Skyrider was, and also the plot between Vortex and where that goes over the lake, and then also Wonder Mountain. There's a big plot there. So I would assume that this ride is going to take up a good chunk of possibly both of those plots of lands. So you would have opportunity to have buildings or maybe some new rock formations. You would have the opportunity to do a lot of interesting, cool, different things there and have the ride maybe even, honestly, if you're doing 8 across trains like on a Valraven, you could do some keyhole-like elements if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be a wing coaster, or even maybe different here. What if it was like a winged dive coaster? I don't know, just a wild and crazy idea here. But, you could do something like that.
You could do a lot of things here, and I think it's be really interesting. So I'd like to thank once again Matt from Coaster Circuits for sending us this image. And if you guys see any other images up at Canada's Wonderland, it looks like we are officially in the teaser season. I didn't think here at the middle of May that we'd be in the teaser season already, but here we are, Danny, Canada's Wonderland, getting here early to the party, and it seems like we have our very first teaser for the 2019 season.
Yeah, we definitely do, and this is one that I think was one of the first ones to come out this year, and the first coaster that we're really sure is coming for 2018. There's really more coming, I hope, but it does look like the B&M dive coaster for Canada's Wonderland, at least we think. All signs point to that, and we've got our first teaser. So they're off and running as we're in the horse race Triple Crown season here, and away they go. They're out of the starting gate.
So as always, we will keep you updated here on all the latest developments at Canada's Wonderland to see what's going on here. So as always, I am Andy Robarchak from Chicago, Illinois.
And Danny Miller from Binghamton, New York.
Right on, Ride Warriors.
See you next time, guys.